Lame Truth here, and I just want to say first and foremost, thank you guys for being such sweethearts. You warmed my heart yesterday. In yesterday's video, I talked about how I'm done with PvP gaming after 18 years. You know, it's not in a place where I want it to be. AAA gaming especially has just killed it off, but also it's just weird, over-competitive nerds that, you know, have nothing else going for them in their life, so they have to cheat at a video game. It kind of broke my heart. You could probably hear the frustration in my voice, not just at that, but at modern AAA gaming in general. And you guys suggested so many games to me. Like you could tell I was very upset. You know, this lifelong hobby of mine, I feel like it's being taken away by rich suits and soy boys and other morons, and you guys hit me up with so many suggestions. I'm gonna check them out. I think the one that interested me the most was actually, I think it's S-K-E-R, Skr, whatever. That looks cool. It looks like a modern day zombies equivalent from what I saw. But yeah, thank you guys for the suggestions. I really appreciate it. I do. I'm going to check them out to get my gaming fix when the time comes. But for right now, I think I'm going to take a little break and just focus on the YouTube videos for the time being, because I got a lot I want to get off my chest. I saw this the other day, this particular bit of news. I saw it the other day, and I wanted to grab the nearest living thing and just yell in its ear, regardless of the lack of context. I wanted to just yell, I was right. I was right. I was right. I don't like being right, man. I don't. I don't have an ego about this. I want to be wrong. I want to be proven wrong a lot of the time. The fact that I am right means that the things I say tend to have merits, usually. So what am I talking about? Well, after a brief word from this video's sponsor, we're going to get into it, but it has to do with AI-generated games. And Call of Duty is verifiably going down that road. I predicted it. Roll that footage. I'll be right back. Have you guys ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, where the monolith comes down and teaches the apes how to use weapons and they get smarter? I kind of feel that way with this MeUndies package here. Like, it's the monolith, because I feel like I've been living a lie. These are the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn. The waistband doesn't have any obnoxious advertising of the brand. It's just this nice little neat tag here. And wouldn't you know it, my girlfriend picked these cute bears. Very adorable bears. She loves bears, what can I say? And I want my girlfriend to be happy when I take my pants off. As you can see here on the MeUndies website, though, they have these standard colors, they have the brighter colors, and then they have the more adventurous patterns, which is what I would advise you go for, because if you're taking your pants off, hopefully legally, of course, you want people to notice. You know, I mean, it's common sense. The way these things fit, I'm going to have to show you, so if you're offended at the male figure, please look away. But the way these things fit, it almost feels like I'm a professional wrestler and I have the world's best fitting tights so that I can beat Hollywood Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Legitimately, at one point, I was doing Shawn Michaels style super kicks in these because they're that comfortable and I'm that confident wearing them. Good things come in big packages at MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/Codfather. I literally did this entire ad read wearing them. Trust me, and just get some MeUndies. They're amazing. $5 to whoever can name the wrestling theme in the background of that particular ad read from MeUndies there. I was going to use HBK Shawn Michaels, but I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted. I didn't want to risk that. So it's funny. Shawn Michaels was called the Heartbreak Kid up until he was like 50 and balding. I started calling him the half-bald kid after a certain point. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes here. What am I talking about with this particular video? What do I want to cover? This right here, without further ado. This is a real image, not doctored. This is a Treyarch job description kind of advertisement. I'm just going to show this, and this is making the rounds on Twitter. A lot of people, especially digital artists, are very upset. Let's read it just verbatim here, shall we? Treyarch is looking for a talented 2D artist to join our in-house team to deliver a large variety of dynamic content types for our games. A successful candidate will be an artist who is skilled in digital illustration, motion design, and using generative AI tools. This is a critical role which focuses on developing visual designs using a blend of creative and technical skills. What you'll do, let's just cut right to the highlighted part. Polish 2D art made by humans and generative AI tools. To succeed, you should have, again, let's cut to the highlighted part, advanced expertise in working with generative AI tools such as Stable Diffusion, Viscom, DALL-E, or equivalent. I have made several videos over the years talking about them using AI to generate maps and assets and stuff in-game. And I don't have any definitive proof of that, but I truly believe they did that, especially with Modern Warfare 3, with all of the maps that they had to port over from Modern Warfare 2 and kind of redesign and whatnot. It's actually a pretty intensive process. There are a lot of rough edges, though, with all these maps because it seems like they just weren't play tested, like, at all. And I'm going to show you this particular excerpt back from November 2023 when Modern Warfare 3 was fresh off the press, where I said, this shit's AI generated. You can't tell me otherwise. And look at this, and then look at the Treyarch advertisement for AI generated overseers or whatever, and tell me I was wrong. Just look at this little snippet right here. Anyway, let's get into the evidence that this game was AI generated. I'm going to go over Terminal a bit here. The new Terminal, I mean. I'm going to compare it to the MW2 Terminal OG. This weird, like, turbine, it's so, I don't know, you get stuck on it. I thought it was an invisible hitbox at first, but it's because they added something to the top of it where your head just gets kind of stuck on it. Not only that, but you can pretty much just shoot right through it. I don't mean like you can shoot through it and the turbine has collision. I mean you just shoot right through it. This isn't bullet penetration. It's just like it's not even there. Yet there is collision on this little thingy, and you'll hit your head on it if you stand up. And I got stuck on it in a previous video. I'm sure you guys have been stuck on it too. You'll also hit your head here, kind of going into the plane, like you just get stuck. This wasn't the case on the OG MW2. This isn't like something where they port it over one-to-one and they make an exact replica and then they just improve the visuals and whatnot and improve even maybe how it plays. Like, this is just some weird, I mean, look how tiny this door is. Your head is clearly above where the thing is. And I get that it's like an emergency door. It's not gonna be that big, but you know, and then the cockpit's completely ruined. Your character starts jittering if he hits the center console thing here. You don't have nearly as much room as the OG. I mean, we're going to compare it one-to-one right now. Check this out. You don't hit your head going in the back here. You just do not in the MW2 OG map. When you actually do get inside the door, it seems properly, like it's proper. You know, like you don't look like you're hitting your head on it when you go through it. You look like you're just barely getting by it. And then the cockpit's way bigger. You're not like glitching on stuff. The windows are bigger. You can freely aim through it. When we actually cover the turbine outside, it's night and day. You don't get stuck on it at all. It was polished and made right. Not to mention that you can shoot through this, but it has collision. Like, it has bullet penetration. That's how you shoot through it. You shoot through it, and you can see here, I can shoot through it, and then the barrel explodes. Again, it's done right. It's done by a human being. Some people will say that it's just laziness or whatever. And it's not because it's like AI generated, but look at this. There are 3 different years set as the current year around the map on various textures. 2023, 2022 on this magazine here, and then this has like 2020. All right, welcome back to present day. Guys, we can sit here and debate the ethics of AI-generated anything till we're blue in the face. But the fact of the matter is that me bringing this up was pretty much just a warning that it's going to get worse if we just sit idly by, we don't call it out. And then here we are, they're literally advertising it in the job description that, hey, come oversee our AI-generated garbage. As if our games aren't soulless enough. As if just putting these devs in a room for a year like factory workers and telling them to churn out something to Bobby Kotick's, well, he's not there, I guess Phil Spencer's delight. As if that's not soulless enough. Now we have this. We have devs overseeing AI-generated content and just kind of cleaning it up. The only problem is that some devs are just bad at their jobs. Some are overworked. Some are simply going to do a bad job at cleaning up this AI-generated mess. And I'll leave the link to that full video about Modern Warfare 3 AI-generated maps and stuff at the end of this one if you want to check it out, because there's more I cover. I didn't want to just rehash that entire video here, but there's more I cover in it, and it all but shows that it looks like they've AI generated it, and then they just never bothered to clean it up. There's so many rough around the edges parts of multiplayer maps and what have you. In fact, if someone could tell me this, I would appreciate it. There's like this sign thing on Terminal in the gift shop that you get stuck on, or you did get stuck on whenever I played Modern Warfare 3. Is that still there? That's something that seems like it was just added for no reason, absolutely no reason, just thrown in by some AI-generated map maker thing, and then you just get stuck on it, and they never bothered to polish it and fix it. If they actually polished it and fixed it, please let me know. You might be saying like I'm nitpicking and stuff, and I say in that video, I'm not nitpicking. I really am not. If you let this stuff slide, like you give them an inch, they will take a mile. Did anyone not see this coming? Did anyone back when I made that video think it was a conspiracy theory and I was just making stuff up and then I'm crazy and it's not possible they would ever do this? Activision Blizzard would literally dig up their dead mother and pose her in a museum while the ghost of Ted Bundy desecrates her corpse. If it means they can make a profit, tell me when I'm telling lies. I'm sorry for getting angry, sorry for yelling, but tell me when I am lying there. You know it's true. AI-generated content is the cheapest way to do anything. There are cryptocurrencies coming out, tons of them, regarding AI-generated content, AI-generated games with AI stuff in them, and if you're very, like forthright about your use of AI and whatnot, fine, but the fact that I think they've been hiding it, and they're going to continue not to address it, this is just a job application thing, like a seeking help wanted ad thing. But like, if you don't actually talk about it and you leave everything up to speculation from the community, then I got nothing. Like, you need to say straight up that this stuff was AI generated first and foremost. If you don't, then it's just a disservice to the community. It's a disservice to the people playing the game. Me personally, if I see any game AI generated, I don't think I'm going to play it. It would be completely soulless. It truly would. Soul and passion is what guides me through life. If you couldn't tell by me making these videos where I'm very passionate, very angry sometimes, if you cannot get passionate and driven about something, you're already dead. Straight up. AI-generated games are straight up dead games. They're just dead from the moment they are conceived by an algorithm and a computer processor, Like, I'm just... If you bring in this generative AI stuff to modern AAA gaming, as if it's not already bad enough, combined with the crappy business practices and stuff like that, it's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. I swear to you, you're going to experience a video game crash like the one in the 80s due to lack of quality. You're going to experience a video game crash for mainstream games, at least. I think indie games are killing it. I don't want to discredit them at all. I loved Lethal Company when I played it. Elden Ring, I mean, that may as well be an indie game. It's an indie game in spirit. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff still coming out, even mainstream games. But if this continues to be the trend, and if morons keep eating it up and just accepting it, it's only going to get worse. If I told you 10 years ago that they would release a $250 special edition video game like Tarkov did the other day, where you have to literally pay for a mode in the game, you would say, no, that's crazy. Nobody would ever do that. And yet, here we are. If I told you 10 years ago Call of Duty would release their games at $70 and the newest entry would just be a patch to the last game, you would say, no, there's no way. They did that back in the old Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, basically. But at least back then, they kind of had a reason. They had devs quitting. They had devs quitting in droves to go make Respawn and whatnot. It's just Infinity Ward are fucking morons. That's the excuse this time. Guys, I'm out of time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on this. I cannot see a future where this is a good thing for anyone. And if you simply do not care, maybe you're one of those people, you don't care about it. You just want to buy your skins and live with your mom for the rest of your life. Fine, dude. Go ahead and do that. But for God's sake, shut the hell up when people like me, who have the balls to speak up about it, are speaking up about it. Straight up. Shut up. Sit there with your thumb up your ass, playing dress up in Call of Duty Barbie Simulator. Stay away from us. Stay away from the men discussing things. Seriously. All I got in this world are my balls and my word, and I don't break them for nobody. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts below. Thank you again for the game suggestions, by the way. I would love to check out a lot of those you suggested. A lot of people are still saying to play Helldivers 2. I'm going to see if I can get a group together and play that. It seems fun. I'm a little late to the party, but hey. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.
Here's some parting advice.